Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Steve Harvey is a comedian whose story about coming to stardom is a true example of going from rags to riches. Currently, he's one of the richest comedians in the world, with a net worth of reportedly $200 million. And as we know, with a lot of money comes a lot of flashy property. Here, we're taking a look inside Steve Harvey's massive Atlanta mansion. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 5. Steve Harvey's massive Atlanta mansion. Well, you know it, Steve Harvey is the proud owner of a massive and lavish mansion, which probably stands above all the mansions you've ever seen before. Steve purchased this magnificent piece of property for no less than $15 million back in 2020, as reported by TMZ. It's located in the posh neighborhood of Buckhead in Atlanta, and was also once owned by the one and only Tyler Perry. The property exists on 17 whole acres of land, which provides marvelous views of Chattahoochee River in Atlanta and stretches across a staggering 35,000 square feet. One thing that makes this mansion special is that during Tyler Perry's time as its owner, he spent millions of dollars on renovations. According to a source that's close to the Perry family, Tyler has a lot of great memories from the house and is happy his friends Steve and Marjorie will be calling it home. Number 4. What's the mansion like? The mansion features 7 bedrooms and 9.5 bathrooms. The master suite offers pretty views of Atlanta greenery and has a big walk-in closet which adjoins the room. Some people might think that the lawns and gardens of the mansion, being on 7 acres, must be hard to manage, but they're apparently manicured and trimmed perfectly. There's also a 70,000-gallon Infinity Edge swimming pool on the property, which at its bottom has a beautiful Versailles-themed painting to give it a sort of old European aesthetic. Apart from this, there's also a full-fledged gym, along with a small tennis court and spa. Like most massive mansions, this one is also backed by a high-tech security system, backup generator, which is powerful enough for the entire estate and also has a guest house, a guardhouse, and a separate suite. Number 3. What else does the mansion have to offer? If you're thinking that what we told you about the mansion is all there is to it, then, well, we're just getting started. The mansion comes with a double-story garage, which can certainly hold all the cars that Steve has on his list. This isn't the only 2-story wonder of the mansion, however. It also has a 2-story library. There's also a catering kitchen with top-notch appliances, an underground ballroom, as well as an indoor-resistant swimming pool. If you were to walk into the mansion, you would immediately be enamored by a flowing dual staircase right at the entrance foyer. The main kitchen has 2 marble islands and is big enough for any chef to spread their wings. The mansion has a private bar and wine cellar. The majority of the money which is put in the development of the mansion went into the outdoor part of the estate. It's surrounded by both formal and informal gardens, which are gracefully covered by lush trees, exotic shrubs, and plants. The terraces have pathways which lead residents and visitors through awesome trees, plants, and flowers. The property also has more than one outdoor seating area, which are intended for guests to sit back and have a good time with a drink in their hands. The tennis court, as most people would assume to be located on the outside of the mansion, is in fact above the double-story car garage. Number 2. Who else has owned this mansion? Aside from Tyler Perry, who was the owner of the mansion along with Steve, this mansion was also owned by the businessman who decided to switch his career to being an evangelist, David Turner. As you would expect, David was inspired by God himself to make the purchase in 2016 of $17.5 million. I went online and I saw this house, and that's when I felt like God told me, "This is your house," David explained. Whether this mansion was bought by David on the command of God or not, it was still the most expensive place of residence ever built in the city. As the story goes, David sold this mansion to Steve after living in it for only a few years, for $15 million, which, if you look at it, it was a loss of $2.5 million for David. But despite that, the mansion retained its title of being the highest-priced house in all of Atlanta. Number 1. Steve's other houses. This isn't the only piece of lavish property Steve owns. He has another mansion in the same place, Atlanta, and had another one in Texas, which stretches 6,500 square feet and has 5 bedrooms and 6.5 bathrooms. The Texas mansion which Steve used to own was sold by him a couple of years back, in 2020, at an unknown price. Also, before moving into his current mansion in Atlanta, Steve used to live in a mansion in Beverly Hills with his family.
Everybody with the last name Harvey down here right now, if your last name is Harvey and have bought you anything.
This brings us to the end of our video. Make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.